Hey, how are ya? Huh? Welcome to this week's edition of Random Game Reviews. This is a series where I let an app on my phone pick out a random game for me to play and give you my honest opinion on it, along with gameplay, of course, with hopes of finding that hidden gem, or review a classic, or even find something that collects dust on the shelves. So today's episode is geared towards the Nintendo Entertainment System. With 678 main releases on the NES, I was very hopeful and pretty confident I could find that hidden gem. The app has spoken, and it has decided that I play a little game called A Boy and His Blob.
For starters, the title screen looks like it's from an Indiana Jones movie. The music sounds promising, but vaguely familiar. You travel around with a snowman-looking white blob and start in a cityscape. The character has an assortment of jelly beans that gives the blob special abilities like becoming a ladder or a trampoline. But the problem is, you have no idea what bean controls what because they're named by the flavor only. You also have to whistle at him to put him in position, but make sure you toss it right in his mouth or you lose a bean. Side note is, it looks like he's reached into his ass to grab each bean. For some reason, they're all green. Well, guessing I need a ladder here. Better reach down my pants for one of those licorice ass boogers. The first level had me searching all over for the next way to go, only to find the blob get stuck in the subway tunnel. No matter how many times I whistled for him, he couldn't lift himself up the stairs. It took me at least 10 minutes to realize I had to give him a coconut jelly bean to turn him into a ball that I can take him upstairs, or give him the honey bean and turn him into a hummingbird so he can fly. I then went to the furthest part of the map to have a market in front of me that prevented me from going to the next area. At least I thought. I found out later that you buy different vitamins from that store. It gives you a new set of beans. Out of options, I decided to try every bean to find that the root beer turned him into a rocket, which took me to a different stage of the game. All I kept thinking was, what was the point of the first stage? Upon seeing other walkthroughs, I found that there's a whole underground level in the subway that you can go in order to get money to buy the beans that will help you in the second stage on your way to meet the final boss. All I had to do was give him the punch bean on the floor of the subway to create a hole for easy access. I was even able to see footage of a guy who beat the game in less than 3 minutes by taking advantage of the glitch or a purposeful programmer or gateway that gave them access to the main boss without having to do all the other steps to get special beans to unlock the door at the end. Let's talk about controls. Horrible. Your character's constantly running, and when you let go of the directional pad, he slides an additional couple of 8-bit feet, making it so difficult to time your landing position for falling obstacles. There isn't a jump button, and your character can't duck to avoid anything. I died several times, and I mean several.
Considering the basic categories, graphics, give it a 6 out of 10. Controls, wasn't having it. Gonna go 2 out of 10 on that one. Storyline, there wasn't really much of a storyline, unless you read the box, which of course I don't own, but a lot of times you had to do that to kind of figure out what you're doing. So I'm gonna give that a 2 out of 10. Enjoyability. Still gonna give that a 5 out of 10. And that's mainly because it still was a little bit fun once I got the hang of it and understood what I was supposed to do. Replayability, probably not. So, average score, 3.75 out of 10. That gives you a...
Fred wants to say, I hope you enjoyed the video.